Russia has accused Ukraine of launching an overnight drone strike on the Kremlin. The attack was aimed at assassinating President Vladimir Putin, although Ukraine strongly denies involvement. The Kremlin said that Russian security services had disabled 2 drones and that Putin was not in the sprawling complex at the time. Video verified by the New York Times showed what appeared to be a drone flying toward and exploding over the Kremlin Senate, which houses the president's executive offices. Another video shows the dome of the Senate building on fire. An attack on the Kremlin would be a bold strike on the heart of Moscow. Russia's claims come as Ukraine prepares to launch a counter-offensive aimed at reclaiming territory seized by Moscow's forces since the start of their full-scale invasion more than a year ago. Drones have targeted Putin's official residence. This is a planned terrorist attack in an attempt to assassinate the president. Russia has the right to retaliate, the Kremlin said, as quoted by the New York Times, Wednesday, May 3, 2023. Ukrainian officials immediately strongly denied Russia's claims. Ukraine clearly had nothing to do with the drone attack on the Kremlin, said Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to President Volodymyr Zelensky. He suspects Russia will use the claim to launch a large-scale terrorist provocation against Ukraine in the coming days. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken was asked at a public event at the Washington Post about the Kremlin's reports of drone strikes. "I've seen the report. I can't validate it in any way. We really don't know," Blinken emphasized. He adds, "I would take anything that comes out of the Kremlin with a very large salt shaker." There have been a series of recent drone strikes and acts of sabotage on Russian territory, including a car bombing outside Moscow that killed the daughter of a prominent pro-war Russian commentator last August. Although Ukraine denied involvement in the car bombing at the time, U.S. intelligence agencies believe that part of the Ukrainian government authorized the attack. Ukraine appears to be intensifying attacks on Russian military strongholds ahead of an expected retaliatory strike, as explosions hit targets in a near-occupied Crimea overnight. In the southern Ukrainian city of Kherson, a 58-hour stay-at-home order has been imposed on residents due to the threat posed by Russian forces, a Ukrainian official said. Zelensky arrived in Finland on Wednesday on a rare overseas trip. In a joint press conference with Finnish President Sauli Niinisto, Zelensky thanked Finland for its continued support of our freedom and territorial integrity and sovereignty. The White House feared such actions would trigger an aggressive response from Moscow, and 2 days before the anniversary, the U.S. Intelligence Service, CIA, said that Ukraine's Intelligence Directorate had agreed, at Washington's request, to postpone an attack on Moscow. The information was part of a trove of classified U.S. intelligence documents obtained by the Post and other news organizations.